Sources of corporate finance. We have seen for a business, for starting a business, we need sources. That is the finance. So for running a corporate, that is corporation, that means a business company, we need sources. That is source of finance which is needed for running a business. Now, from where we get these sources? We get these sources. There are two types of capital, that is owned capital, borrowed capital. Under owned capital, there are shares and retained earnings. Under share, we have equity share and preference share. There are two types of shares. One is equity share and one is preference share. The borrowed capital, that means the loans that may be debentures, bonds, ARD, that is American Deposit Receipt, Global Deposit Receipt, GRDs. These all are the trading credit which has been given by issued by the company for raising the capital. Now we will see the sources of own funds. Own funds, where are the sources of own funds? We get own fund, that is the shareholders. Now see, these people are jumping over here. These are the shareholders who are sharing the profits and losses equally or depending upon their ratios. Now, the person who purchases the share is known as the owner of the company. Owner of the company. So the promoter is the promoter himself is the capital raiser, but the people who purchases the share is known as the owner of the company. Now, what is this share? According to the section 2, subsection 84 of the Companies Act 13, the share means a share in the share capital, which may include a stock. That is, when we purchase share, we get a certificate which is known as share certificate. You can see in this picture the share certificate, this which is known as an evidence of the share. Now we will see the features of the shares. Features of the share. First, we will see meaning. Meaning, when the share itself is a unit, which is the smallest unit in the share capital. Share is the smallest unit in the share. We take the example. So, see this. In this bucket, this bucket is full of water, but this one drop is known as share. The bucket full is known as capital. So it is a share capital. The stock and share. Stock means whole and share means out of the part in that share. Now, ownership. The person who purchases, I said you, the person who purchases the share is known as owner of the company. Yes. So he is known as the shareholder, and shareholder is known as the owner of the company. Okay. The person who purchases the share is known as the owner of the company, and he is known as a shareholder, and he is the owner of the company. Okay. This picture shows that he is the owner of the company, so he's enjoying his ownership. Get it? Now, every share have a distinct number in it. Every share is having a distinct number. Distinct number means how the share certificate. Share, I said you share certificate is the evidence of the shares which you purchase. But every share certificate have a number on it. Maybe that is to distinct various numbers of share certificates. Next is evidence. I said you share certificate itself is an evidence. share which a shareholder purchases. Now in this picture you can see the person is holding a certificate, which means he is showing that evidence of the share certificate may also be in the form of demat form. What is the demat form? Yes, anyone can tell? Pardon? Yes.
In the form of software.
Yes, the certificate is in the form of software that is known as share certificate. Now, the share value of the share. There are three values. One is face value, issue value, and market value. So, face value means the value which has been written on the share certificate. So, as the market value, company increases, that is, company develops, it starts growing. Correct? As company develops, it starts growing. At that time, see, this person is climbing up and up and up, which shows that the company is progressing. When the company progresses, that is because of the demand and supply force, the market price also increases. So face value means the value which is written on the share, and issue price means the selling price of the share, and market price is depending upon the demand and supply force of the. Now shareholders have some rights. The person who purchases the share is the shareholder, and these shareholders have some rights. These rights we will see now. The shareholder who purchases the share, he has the right to inspect the books. That is, he can go and inspect the books. Books means accounting books, whichever books, statutory books means accounts. He can go and check the accounts, but only the thing is he should know how the are to be maintained. Then only when he is checking, he will understand. Then next is he has the right to attend the meeting. Now see, these people are attending the meeting. So he has the right to attend the meeting. Then he has the right to vote in the meeting. Okay, this and even he has the right to transfer the shares. Now, what is the income on share? Person who invests in the share will get a income as dividend, which is the net profit of the company, which is been divided among the shareholders. So this is the income which the person can take at their home. Now see, you can see the income which is taking home. Transferability. Transferability means what? Yes, anyone can tell?
To pass from one person to another.
Very good. To pass from one person to another. What we are passing, that is the share. The share can be freely passed from one person to another. You can see in the picture, people here, the people are transferring the things from one person to another. The same way, the shares can be transferred from one person to another. Understood? There are two kinds of shares, as it is learned in first chapter itself: equity share and preference shares. So I have purposefully shown white one as equity and yellow one as preference shares. So there are two shares which we will be looking in detail in the further part. Property of the share can be free. Shareholder can be freely moved from one person to another. He can take and issue, give the shares here and there. Correct. Now that means how transferability we saw. This person can share, move, issue the sell the shares. Same way we can give the shares to one person to another. Sell it. So it is also known as property. Now what is equity share? Equity share is also known as ordinary shares. What it is known as? Ordinary shares. The shares are, equity shares are the shares which are not having any preferential right. They are not preferential, they are equity. Okay. So they enjoy many rights, that is a voting right, inspecting right, these all things. But they get Now we will see their features. What are the features? Now, features of the equity shares. Equity share is a permanent capital. Equity share is a permanent capital. Permanent capital means it stays with the company in the whole time of the company. That is fully till the end of the company, these shares are staying. So it is known as irredeemable. Irredeemable means उसको वापस देना ही नहीं है. It is, what is the meaning of irredeemable? We are not supposed to give it back. Okay, it is not refunded during the lifetime of the company. It is paid only at the time of the winding up of the company. What do you mean by winding up of the company? Hello? Hello?
To stop the business.
Yes, to stop the business. When the company stops the business, at that time only these people are given. Now you can see this here. In this picture, we can see the profit capital is growing and growing and growing. Correct? So this is permanent capital. It is never changing from one. Next is fluctuating. In this picture, you can see what is the picture showing here. See, it is a graph which is going up, then it is going down, then it goes very down. Correct? And again it comes up, again it comes up, again it goes high, again it is going down. Correct? That means what it is showing here, the dividend
ups and
of
downs.
yes, there. This is known as fluctuating dividend. Very good. Ups and downs means fluctuating, changing. So the shareholder, equity shareholder dividend is always changing. It depends upon the profitability of the company. If the company makes very high profit, they will get more dividend. If the company makes loss, they will get less profit, they will get less dividend. And if the company makes loss, then the board of director will not at all declare the dividend. So therefore, what it is, the income of the equity shareholder is irregular. It depends upon, correct? कभी मिलेगा तो मिलेगा, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा. It depends on the irregularity. Now again we have seen the rights. Say right to vote. We have, the person has the right to vote in the meeting. The equity shareholder has the right to get the profit, that is dividend. We saw dividend, correct? This person is taking the goods, money and going, and he can inspect the book. See, this person is moving and inspecting. And the next is these people can transfer, correct? Transfer. The equity shareholder has the right to transfer the shares also. They can transfer means they can sell the share to someone else. Now, note no preferential right. See, equity share do not have any preferential right like preference shareholders in getting payment. Correct? Now, preferential rights means no priority. Abhi, see now in this picture, who is the person shown in the picture? Hello? Who is the person shown in the picture?
Ambani.
Ambani.
Correct. And who's these people? Now down, दो बच्चे हैं, वो कौन है? You don't know. You don't know. Correct? Same way preference shareholders have preference. Correct? देखो, अभी Ambani wherever he will go, he will get a preference. But these two children, they will not get preference. Correct? So same way preferential shareholders have preference right in getting the dividend. पहला उनको राइट मिलता है कि वो लोगों को जल्दी से पहचानते हैं और उनको अलग दे देते हैं. लेकिन इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर को वैसा प्रेफरेंशियल राइट नहीं मिलता. Next is controlling. But the equity shareholder has the full controlling power of the company. They have the right to vote. They have the right to full. देखो अभी ये इस पिक्चर में तुम क्या देख रहे हो? He is controlling. Correct? क्या है? उसके हाथ में कंट्रोल है. देखो वो नीचे खींचता है तो क्या होता है? लाइट चालू होती है, बंद होता है. Getting? So full control. जैसे प्रेफरेंशियल राइट नहीं रहता है इक्विटी शेयरहोल्डर को, but they have full controlling rights. You think they have the full controlling right, they have the voting right, they have the right to elect the directors, they have every rights, enjoying to attend the meetings, etc. Next, but these people are very risky. Why? Why risky? Because अभी देखो लॉस हो गया तो पूरा लॉस इनको ही बेयर करना है, करेक्ट? कंपनी में डिविडेंड मिलना मुश्किल है, तो इसके लिए these इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को क्या बोलते हैं? दे आर शॉक ऑब्जर्वर्स. शॉक मीन्स करंट शॉक. देखो अभी इसको जैसे करंट लग रहा है, गेटिंग? सो equity shareholders are known as shock observers because they are bearing all the risk. They don't have any, they have full rights and everything, but they are the risk bearers. So they are known as shock observers. Getting? Followed?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, now see in this picture, residual, well, abhi in this picture, what they are doing?
Standing in the queue.
For what?
ATM machine.
Yes, very good. For ATM machine. Now, for example, you think there is less amount in the ATM machine. बहुत कम पैसा है, so बहुत से लोग खड़े. ये last वाले को पैसा मिलेगा क्या? नहीं मिलेगा. Same way, this last person is an equity shareholder. So the equity shareholder has the residual claim. सबसे last में उसको claim मिलेगा. क्या मिलेगा? सबसे last में पैसा मिलेगा. अगर बचा कुचा रहेगा तो he will get. Neither he will not at all get any claim from the company. So the equity shareholder is known as residual claimant. Okay? इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Residual claimant. Following?
Yes.
Next is he has no charge on the assets. That is, equity shareholders do not have to any charge on the assets, because now see these are the assets. What are the assets known as? अभी देखो इस पिक्चर में तुमको assets दिखाई दे रहे. What are the assets? You can't see or what?
Land building.
Land, building, as these
Machinery, vehicles.
these all are the assets, correct? So the equity shareholder do not have any charge on the assets, because whenever the company is going in loss, every stakeholder should be given. तो ये सारे assets क्या करेंगे? Sell करेंगे, and everyone will be given money. And we know that he has very last claimant. He is the residual claimant. सब पैसा देने के बाद जो कुछ भी बचेगा तो ही उसको मिलने वाला है. So he has no right on the, no charge on the assets also. Now, but he has different rights also. That is, he gets, equity shareholder को क्या मिलता है? बोनस मिलता है. क्या मिलता है? बोनस. बोनस तुमको मालूम है? फ्री में मिलता है, correct? Bonus is the thing which we get free. It is a gift given to the equity shareholder free of cost. That is, bonus shares देते. अभी शेयर जो खरीद है उसके पास, उसके अलावा उसको क्या देते हैं? एक्स्ट्रा बोनस देते हैं अगर कंपनी के पास ज्यादा प्रॉफिट रहेगा तो. गेटिंग? लेकिन ये प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर को देते नहीं है. राइट इशू. अभी राइट इशू मतलब क्या है? देखो, जब भी कंपनी को एक्सपांड करना रहता है, whenever the company wants to expand. Now expansion means what?
Increasing the
What?
production.
Yeah, increasing the production, increasing the building of the company, then many things. That is known as expansion. When the company is developing. So expansion, बड़ा company को बड़ा करना है, develop करना है. At that time, when we have to increase the production, when we have to develop the company, when we have to increase the buildings, what we need?
Finance.
Very good, finance. From where we are going to raise the finance? We are going to raise the finance from issuing shares. So when we are going to issue the shares to outside, at that time, what we give first right, we give to the equity shareholders. Correct? We will say first that if you want, you purchase the shares, then only we will issue to the public. So that is known as right issue. ये भी किसको देते हैं? Equity shareholder को ही right देते हैं, बाकी किसी को right नहीं देते. Getting? So these are the rights which are being given. Face value. Now always remember equity share का face value कभी भी कम रहता है. It may be generally 10 rupees or even 1 rupee. हाँ? कभी भी कम रहता है. The equity, the value of the face value of the equity shares are always less. Okay. Now we will see what is preference shares. Now we will see what is preference shares. Preference shares means what? Hello.
Yes.
Able to see? Are you able to
Yes.
see?
Yes.
Now we will see what is preference shares. See, preference shares मतलब क्या है? अभी हमने देखा equity shares, correct? Now we will see what is preference shares. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Now we will see about preference shares. See, preference shares. What are these preference shares? The shares see, there are two types of shares. One is equity share and another is preference share. The person who is getting preference in everything, that is, सब चीज में preference. Now you see, sometimes in the class also we will say, now some people are being preferred first. Correct? उनको प्रेफरेंस दिया जाता है, ऐसा अपने को लगता है ना? हेलो
Yes.
हेलो हाँ, दैट तब तुम लोग बोलते पार्शियलिटी पार्शियलिटी, करेक्ट? हेलो हाँ
Yes.
हाँ, वैसे ही ये लोग थोड़े प्रिफर्ड रहते हैं. प्रिफर्ड मतलब थोड़ा लाडले रहते हैं. गेटिंग? तो घर में भी देते हैं ना, लाडले बच्चे रहते हैं, तो सब चीज में उनको प्रेफरेंस देते हैं. So now these are the preference shareholders. The preference shareholders are the shareholders. See, these are the shareholders who get preference in everything. Now see, he is getting preference in getting the dividend. Every share, he is having a preferential right. He is distinct from equity shareholder. Equity shareholder से क्या रहता है? ये अलग रहता है, distinct रहता है. Distinct means different रहता है. He is having he is having preferential right. Now, second thing is he gets dividend. Both are getting dividend, but the preference shareholder get a preferential right in getting dividend. He is getting more preference in getting dividend. Correct? He will be having more preference in getting dividend. And his shares are his investment. That is when he makes the investment in the company. His investment is known as safe investment. Safe, बहुत safe रहता है वो investment. उसमें कोई problem ही नहीं आता है. Getting? So here he is not having at all any problem. So his investment is safe investment. Now see, the safe investment means he is getting priority in getting dividend. Is when the company will close down. Now, when the company is closing down, that is what is known as when the company is closing down. That is known as winding up of the company. When the company winds up, these people are getting the first preference for repayment of the capital. Okay, so these people are getting the first preference in repayment of the capital. Normally, the preference holder do not have any voting right. They do not have any interest. So they cannot participate in the company. any activity. But then also they are known as the co-owners of the company. Then also they are known as the co-owners of the company. All are following this? Followed?
Yes.
Preference shareholder. Preference shareholder is having preferential right. Second, he is getting preferential right in getting dividend. His investments are safe. He is been given payment, first payment, that is he is given preferential payment at the time of the winding up of the company. He will be given more. He will be first repaid his capital, and he is also known as the co-owner of the company. All have followed this?
Yes.
Any doubts? Just rewinding it, what all we have done. Now we will see the features of preference shares. Features means what? Preference shareholders have the preference for dividend. What? Preference dividend. They are given first preference in getting dividend. You can see in this picture, this person is getting first preference in getting the money. That is paisa. जो भी profit है company का, he gets the first preference. Getting? Next is रीपेमेंट. अभी जस्ट हम लोग ने देखा पीछे कि रीपेमेंट में भी उसको पहले पैसा मिलता है. गेटिंग? सो रीपेमेंट, he will get first preference in repayment. Now when he is getting the money, he will take the money and go. Fixed returns, that is dividend. Fixed returns, the person gets fixed returns, that is dividend, that is amount. Money, whichever he is getting, that is fixed. What is this? क्या है picture?
Machine.
Natural calamity is taking place.
हाँ. Yes. Natural calamity is taking place, and the thing is getting destroyed. Getting? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
So that means it is not permanent.
Yes.
So same way, preference share also, see, there is, this capital is not in a permanent nature. ये capital permanent nature का नहीं रहता है. लेकिन हमारा equity share का capital कैसा रहता है? Permanent nature का रहता है. लेकिन preference share का capital, it is not in the form of permanent. Market value. See, market value of the equity share, sorry, preference share never change. No change. No change in market value of the preference shares. Voting right. Now, pardon, hello, please don't make sound behind. Voting rights. What is the voting? What do you mean by voting right? Who have the voting right?
Shareholders.
Which shareholders?
Equity.
So preference shareholders do not have any voting right. Getting? So they are unhappy. See, you can see this picture. Preference shareholder have the voting right. So, equity shareholders have the voting right. Preference shareholders do not have any voting right. Risk. See, now we saw who is having risk. Equity shareholders had risk, but preference shareholders do not have any risk. So they always enjoy. Or equity shareholders are what?
Shock absorbers.
Very good, shock observers. Now see, face value. Face value of the preference shares is always higher. So they are very happy. हायर होने की वजह से दे आर वेरी हैप्पी, ऑलवेज दे जंप. बट प्रेफरेंस शेयर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स का वैल्यू कम रहता है, इसके लिए वो हर वक्त टेंशन में रहते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज राइट्स इशू एंड बोनस इशू. ये राइट इशू और बोनस इशू किसको मिलता है?
Preferential.
नहीं,
No.
Equity share.
इक्विटी शेयर्स को मिलता है. सो राइट इशू एंड बोनस इशू प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स को नहीं मिलता है. देयर इज नो राइट इशू एंड नो बोनस इशू गिवन टू द प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स. सो दिस फेलो इज पुटिंग हैंड ऑन हिज head because equity shareholders are getting right issue and bonus issue. Following?
Yes.
Thank you. Followed? सबको समझा है? कुछ प्रॉब्लम है अभी?
No.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now let me see how much you people have understood. Now what are the types of capital? Two types of capital. Yes, Prathamesh.
Owned capital.
Owned capital and borrowed capital.
Very good. Who are known as the shock absorbers?
So equity share.
Equity shareholder.
Very good. Equity shareholders are known as shock absorbers.
Shock
Who are known as the real owners of the company?
shareholders.
Shareholders.
Which shareholders?
Equity shareholders.
Equity
Very
shareholders.
good. Equity shareholders are known as the shareholders. What is the document? What is the document of ownership given to the shareholders?
Certificate.
Very good. Which certificate?
Share certificate.
Yes, share certificate. See this. You can see this. Share
Yes.
certificate. Yes. Name the shareholder who participate in the meeting of the company.
Equity shareholder.
Equity shareholders.
Very good. Equity shareholder. The value of the share which is written on the share certificate.
Face value.
Face value.
Very correct. Face value. The value of the share which is determined by the demand and supply force of the market.
Market value.
Market value.
Market value.
Very good. Market value. Okay. Next. Very good. सबको समझा है. Good. Equity share capital. Equity share capital is known as risk capital. True or false?
False.
Right, equity share capital is
No,
known as
true.
risk capital only. True.
Risk capital.
They are known
True,
as
yes.
risk capital. Okay.
Yes.
Dash participate in the management of their company. Preference shareholder, debenture shareholder, and equity shareholder.
Equity shareholder.
Very good. Dash shares are issued as free of cost to the existing shareholder.
Equity.
Dash
Dash.
shares are issued free
Bonus
of cost. Yes, very correct. Bonus shares are issued free of cost. Okay. The preference shareholder get the right to receive the dividend at dash rate, fixed rate, fluctuating rate,
Fixed
low
rate.
rate.
Fixed rate.
Fixed
Very
rate.
correct. Debenture holders are dash of the company.
Creditors.
Very good. Creditors of the company. Good. All have followed. Thank you. So shall I stop it?
Yes.
Yes.
And please,
Yes.
if any doubts, you can ask. There is no issue that you should get shy and all. You think?